Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the Super Saiyans category in Dbz Dokkan Metal and if we can use it to get into an item run against Frieza. Now we have yet to get into an item run against Frieza, so it's going to be interesting to see. I wanted to do the Super Saiyans category because obviously Frieza, Super Saiyans, it's kind of like the whole iconic thing. There are a couple little gimmicks. So Frieza firstly goes through all of his transformations. You'll face Frieza first form, second form, third form, final form, and then full power form, or his revived form and then full power form. Just basically you do face him in a lot of situations. So basically you take him on throughout his various transformations, and essentially obviously I guess what one could say is it's a longer red zone comparative to maybe some of the other ones. It's quite a few phases. Obviously this is good or bad depending on who you like doing it with. There are a couple things that each form does. So the physical form has a AoE super attack. The fourth form, or the final form, basically can fire off multiple super attacks in one turn, and they tend to hit pretty hard. I mean, the bosses hit pretty hard here. It's not like they don't hit at all. They do hit relatively hard. They're not necessarily weak per chance. It's definitely a tougher red zone overall than say movie bosses or GT edition. It was quite a good red zone when it came out in terms of difficulty, and Frieza was a pretty good boss fight, like a pretty nice boss fight. So yeah, obviously with the Super Saiyans category, trying to use some thematically appropriate units, but we do also just have some really powerful kind of combo units. So we have the Int LR Trio, the Int Super Saiyan LR Trio, the Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, etc. Really strong unit. Obviously 200% lead for the category, which is crucial. Greatly raises their attack for 3 turns, greatly raises their attack and defense for 3 turns on their 18 key. They have that 30% damage reduction when there are another 2 or more Super Saiyan movie heroes or Super Saiyan category allies on the team. They have key +3, attack and defense of 180%, and additional 130% when attacking. They get an additional key +3 per int key series obtained. They randomly change a key series of a certain type to int key series when there's another Super Saiyans or movie heroes category ally attacking in the same turn. And yeah, they launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack, basically, which is pretty straightforward, every 3 key series that they obtain. So pretty good stuff, not to mention their active skill is very powerful. So yeah, overall obviously really strong from that regard, and just a really good lead unit to use. Great to have 2 of them. The active skills we're going to save for a little bit later. Then we have the original Int LR Super Saiyan lead in the form of Super Saiyan Goku, a legendary existence or Super Saiyan category lead of 170%. He won't be our lead though, obviously just running on the team. Raises his defense on his 12 key, raises his attack on his 18 key, attack and defense of 159%, and then launches a guaranteed additional after he gets hit in the same turn. You do need to get a couple super attacks with him to kind of get him to the right space. But one really cool thing here is he has a guaranteed critical hit when he's facing a Frieza enemy, which is going to be super duper helpful. He then gets an additional attack of 59% or medium chance of launching a super attack as a second or third attacker in each turn. And of course he gets an additional 59% attack when there's an extreme class enemy. So he's pretty good in this situation. Obviously a really nice link set as well. We also have his active skill basically, and obviously it's dependent on the HP, so we may or may not be able to use it, but it's a pretty nice active skill. It's pretty rad. So yeah, I'd say overall pretty good stuff from Goku. Obviously just really solid stuff, and in general really cool unit to use. So yeah, then we have the physical Trunks. So physical Super Saiyan Trunks, obviously from the worldwide celebration. Really good unit, super duper strong. Lots of really nice stuff to like about him, of course. So he's got his standby skill, which is obviously super duper powerful. Really strong defensively. Can be activated from the 5th turn of battle unconditionally. Then we also have him raising his defense on his 18 key. Raises his attacking defense for 1 turn on his 12 key. And then of course he's just basically got all that build up. So 150% attack and defense, key +3. An additional 100% attack when performing super attack, an additional key +1 up to 5, and defense of 10% with each attack performed. Damage reduction of 10% within the same turn with each super attack performed. And then an additional attack of 100% and launches an additional attack. There's a high chance of becoming a super attack as the 2nd or 3rd attacker in the turn. And then launches an additional attack. There's a high chance of becoming a super attack starting from the 5th turn of battle. So obviously just scaling very nicely overall. Really strong unit, nice damage output as well. Really good, the active skill timing is really nice. Good link set. A lot of the Super Saiyans, one nice thing I do like about the Super Saiyans team. Super Saiyans team just has a lot of really good synergy with the links. They all have Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, lots of them. So you really basically half the time can just kind of mesh one with the other. Which gives it some nice flexibility. We don't have to have set units in places. We just tend to have a pretty strong kind of overall team, which is nice. Although a lot of them are quite hungry for like utilization. So obviously you want Trunks to get supers, you want Gohan to get supers, you want Goku, Tech Goku to get supers, you need Int Goku to get supers. So they are all a little bit hungry. They don't want to be off rotation units. But in this situation, because we have a couple more phases than usual, it's not so bad. Then we have Super Saiyan Goku, the Tech Super Saiyan Goku. This is the Carnival Goku, so another Super Saiyan LR Goku. And this one is pretty good. Obviously raises his defense on his 18 key. Gives us the revive skill as well, which is really nice. Guards all attacks when above 59%. Gives us the revive when below 59%. And just in general, pretty good unit. Obviously we have his active skill as well. Which is super duper helpful and can cause some damage, interruption abilities, and yeah, just in general he's pretty good. I would say he's honestly pretty solid. Obviously he needs some time to build up. That's not such a huge issue. Overall it's not like a crazy issue. He also needs to get hit a couple of times, but all in all he's pretty solid. He's actually not too bad to float around in this situation as long as we maintain our health thresholds. So he does pretty good overall. Then we have the AGL Gohan, obviously with his EZA. So he raises defense on both his 18 and 12 key. He has guard above 59% health, and he gains attack and defense at 20% at the start of each turn, up to a max at 80%. He guards all attacks, high chance of additional super for above 58%. And then obviously if we're facing an android's enemy, he'd have a crit chance, but he doesn't here, which is fine. And then obviously you can awaken him if you're facing an android's category enemy or have one on your team. We don't in this situation, it's just not something that we do have. But yeah, overall pretty good stuff. A really strong unit as well, really good. And then we obviously finally have the Tech Gobros, who are just kind of floating around doing their thing. We're not prioritizing them, so there's not too much for them to do, but they'll build up with their attacks over time. They have a nice active skill. And they can have some really good raw defense after super. They could do huge damage. You just have to prioritize them a little bit, but we're not really doing that. So yeah, overall, pretty good team build. Everything went more than fine. As you can see, once you have the active skills from the Int LR trios, and once you pop them off, you can basically incinerate this final stage against the Tech Frieza. So it's quite a fun little run, this one. The Super Saiyans theme was a really fun one to kind of use against Frieza, just because, yeah, it's always fun thematically to try and beat these stages. I don't know, I just find it to be a lot of fun. So yeah, overall really good stuff. Obviously here, Goku took a lot of damage, which just goes to show you, by the way, how much raw defense and time for advantage still don't really protect you against some of these supers from these bosses. Goku taking like 500k when he already has like 400k defense and then also has type advantage is pretty nutty. But Goku makes up for it, with some big damage here, some really nice damage, and the rest of the rotation will be more than fine against Frieza. But Frieza does hit hard. Frieza is not weak by any means. He's a very hard-hitting boss because the game knows you've had time to build up, so it's not it's not withholding any heat on punches. But the big advantage you have is obviously you have had time to build up, so you don't really have any outward, distressing. You have time to kind of get to the stage to manipulate things, to build up defense, and just in general to do a good job. But yeah, that's basically it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.